I will get straight to the point. The reason why you don't like reading is because you're reading shit you don't like. These two things are deeply tied with each other. And today I will tell you its origin and how to counter it. So let's get started. Now, why is it that whenever we are trying to read something, we don't like it? The number one cause is what the education system taught us. All of us know that to get good marks, we have to read the entire book, then we have to do the question answers, and then we have to memorize everything and then vomit it out on the paper. We were conditioned like this for about 10 to 20 years. So it's only natural that our brain would think that reading is a boring task, because let's be honest, most people are not nerds. An average person is not the fan of sciences or mathematics or social studies. An average person just wants to get things done instead of wasting time in these things. That is why an average person feels like reading is a pain, because throughout his entire life he has been made to believe that reading is not fun. Whenever we had to understand a concept, we had to read it first, watch the lecture, then again read it, then summarize it, then take notes, then solve question answers, and then at the end prepare for a test. But when reading self-improvement books, for example, if I am reading Atomic Habits, nobody will come and quiz me on Atomic Habits, right? So I don't need to read it like I am reading a textbook. The real world and the educational world are completely different, and they are opposite to each other, because you won't require the skills of memorization or rote memorization of textbooks in the real world. Then the question becomes, what can we do to solve this issue? And if it wasn't already obvious, you should stop reading shit you don't like. Now, how to understand whether we like the book or not? Though if you have picked a wrong book, you will know soon enough. But generally speaking, what to do is, at first, go to the table of contents, see the names of the chapter. If it does not resonate with you, that means it is probably not worth reading. But table of content cannot be alone the judgmental factor in these type of situations, because sometimes the table of content is just vague, is just boring, but the content of the book is actually great. So what I recommend you to do is take any of the books and read at least first pages of each of the chapters. See whether you resonate with the problem or not. See whether you resonate with the stories the author is telling you or not. See whether the examples apply to you or not. For example, if I want a book on spirituality, I would not just go and read a book on productivity. They are two different topics. That is the thing we have to understand. For example, if somebody just told me that Atomic Habits by James Clear is a book of spirituality, let's say I don't know the difference. What I would do is, I would read all of the table of contents. I will roughly find out that these are not spiritual things, and then even if I'm not sure, I will go and read each of the first pages of each of the chapters, and then I'll understand that they are not spirituality related topics, and hence I will drop the book and I'll read a book on spirituality which I'm looking for. What most people do is, even if they don't like the book, they will just continue to read it and hurt themselves, because again it comes back to our schooling that we have to read an entire book from first page to the last page. We cannot jump around, otherwise we won't understand. That is not the case with self-improvement books, or at least most of the self-improvement books, because all of the concepts are generally separate and individual on their own. Some of the books sure have all the contents linked together. Even though that is the case, each chapter will have its own usefulness, and hence each chapter's topic will be different. The entire thing might boil down to a single idea, but generally all the chapters will have different contents. And so whenever you are trying to choose a book, go and read the table of contents, and then even if you are not satisfied, or if there is a curiosity remaining or there is a question remaining, go to each of the chapters and at least read the first pages of each of the chapters. You will understand what the book is about, and once you understand what the book is about, you will be able to make a better judgment that whether I should read this book or not. For example, there is a very nice book called Make Time, which I started to read about a year ago, and then I dropped it. The reason I dropped that book was related to a guy who is working a job and wants to make more time in his life. That was absolutely not me. There were some cool tactics, but generally that book was not for me. So I dropped it. I moved on to a different book. But that does not mean that book is useless. No, if I am working a job about 5 or 10 years later, then I might need that book again. But at that point of time, it was irrelevant to me. So I did not hurt myself and read it over and over. I just dropped it because I don't like it. And similarly, this you have to understand that whenever you are trying to read a book, you have to like that book first. If you don't like that book and you are just reading it, it will become like the academic system. You don't like reading, but still you have to read. You will get less output. In real life, nobody is forcing you to read the books. If I just give you a massive edition of some chemistry books, high level chemistry books, and tell you that go and read this one in your leisure time, you won't do it because you don't like it. The same situation if you were in school or college or university, if someone told you that you have to read this book, that means you have to read this book because you need to get the marks. And hence people think that whenever we are trying to read a book, we should just take the book, start from the first page and go to the last page and then keep the book aside. This is not the way of reading. And honestly, it's sad for me to say that most people nowadays don't even know how to read. Not in the physical sense because they know the alphabets and all of this, but they don't know the techniques of reading. And all of this again boils down to the education system because they taught us that reading each and every word and each and every page is important. Otherwise, you won't get marks. In real life, nobody is asking for marks. If you want a concept, then you can go in the book, you can take the concept and go out. You should not feel ashamed and guilt if you are reading just few pages of the book and dropping it. Let's say I'm reading 48 Laws of Power. If I want to read law number 48, I would not go through all the laws before I get to 47. I will directly go and open the book and go to law number 48 and just read it. I don't need to revise all of the laws and I don't need to answer question regarding the laws. I will just go, take what I need and come back. I won't spend all of my time reading from first page to the last page because that is the biggest waste of time. And what is something all of us don't have infinite of time. And so be cautious with your time. Similar example is if I want to read the habit stacking method of James Clear, I will just go and directly open that chapter and read that part. I won't read anything else. But probably by now, after all these examples, you understand what I'm speaking about. Now, if you want to know my 4-step decision making framework, which allows me to make the best decisions in each and every situation, then go and click this one. Or else, if you want to know whether you should read more than one book at a time, then go and click this one. I'll see you in the next one. Start if you haven't already.